Hello everyone, let's continue with discussion for another question. So we are going to use this formula, which is v du dx minus u dv dx over v squared. So this is actually quotient rule. Okay, let's have a look of the question that you might have problem. Example like this question. I have discussed f in my previous video, so I'm going to discuss these two for now. Okay, let's focus to these two questions. So for this one, okay, let's label this is a u, this is a v. So the u is 3x squared and the v is 2x squared plus 3 to the power of 1/2. So normally when we see the square root, we will always convert to power half. So du dx is 6x, right? No problem. I'm sure everyone got no problem. dv dx, I'm sure you can do 1/2 times 2x squared plus 3, and then the power have the minus 1, it becomes negative half. And don't forget, you have to differentiate in the bracket, which is 4x. Okay, so now actually I will prefer to simplify to the simplest form before I continue. So this is 2, and then the 2x, so I can write the 2x on top, and the square root I can, because it's negative, when I bring down it becomes positive, and because it's half, so it's a square root. Alright, so it's actually 2x over square root 2x squared plus 3. So we are going to multiply with the v first. So this v times with this one, we do this one first, followed by these two, right? This second step. So let's do it now. So dy dx is we will take the v, which is 2x squared plus 3. Okay, let's convert to third. Okay, so before we further, we try to simplify as third. So it's actually, let's write down a bit. So dy dx is equal to v. The v is third 2x squared plus 3, right? So we write v, and then du dx, just now we have du dx is 6x, right? Okay, minus, remember, u is 3x squared, and then we are going to multiply with 2x over square root 2x squared plus 3, right? So that is how you simplify, and over the v squared. Let's do it carefully. Over the v squared. Okay, the v, this is a v, right? Okay, so we will have 2x squared plus 3, which is actually square root. So when we square, this square root will be cancelled out. Okay, so we will have just 2x squared plus 3 down there. So let's focus to the numerator. So we have 6x square root 2x squared plus 3 minus 3x squared times 2x, we have 6x cubed over 2x squared plus 3. Then we will simplify further. Okay, before we simplify, let's do that. Is over, this over we convert to dy, okay, so that it won't be so complicated. And then just now I mentioned to you, the square root and square cancel out, so we just divide like this. Got it? Okay, clear? Now I'm going to make the denominator the same. So what I need to do is I will have to times with the same denominator as this one, so which is square root 2x square plus 3, and here square root 2x square plus 3. Okay, so now let's see. We have 6x, 2x square plus 3, because they are square root, right? Understand? Because these two, okay, as I mentioned just now, let me write here. We are multiplying by the square root 2x square plus 3, these two. Okay, the square root cancel out. Okay, so because the denominator are the same, right? So we times with this, so we can just join them, becomes 6x cubed, okay, over the same denominator, which is 2x squared plus 3. Let's do it carefully. And when you see dy, what must you do? You will multiply, and you have to inverse the fraction like this, right? Okay, so now we will have 12x cubed plus 18x minus 6x cubed over square root, we have square root 2x squared plus 3. Square root is power half, right? And then we have 2x squared plus 3, which is power 1, right? So now we can simplify further. We have the like term, which is this term. Let me highlight to you. We have x cubed minus, right? So we can actually simplify, become 6x cubed plus 18x. Seems like we are having common factor, over 2x squared is the base, right? You know that? So it's just like this. Let's say a 1 over 2 times a1. What you write? You write equal to a3 over 2. But the a here is 2x square plus 3, right? Okay, 1 over 2 plus 1 is 3 over 2. Okay, now I'm going to simplify further. It becomes 6x, then x, okay, square plus 3, right? Over, so this one I'm going to write like this. Power 3 and then square root, which is power half is square root, right? So the best answer is 6x, x squared plus 3, and then over, when you see half, you will write square root 2x squared plus 3 to the power of 3. Alright, this is the best answer for, ever for this question. Okay, so your answer must be simplest form, completely factorized. Okay, let's proceed to the last question, which is a bit tough. So for h, you are given something like this. Okay, d dx with the third 4x plus 1 over 3x squared minus 7, right? So as you know, when you have a third a over b, you can always convert to third a and third b separately like this. So meaning that I'm going to differentiate third 4x plus 1 as my u, and third 3x squared minus 7 as the v. So this is the v, this is the u. Okay, let's do it now. So the u is 4x plus 1, right, power half, and the v is 3x squared minus 7 power half, right? So let's do it fast. So du dx, we will get, okay, 1 over 2 4x plus 1 negative 1 over 2 times 4, right? Okay, let's simplify further. You will get the 2, this one cancel out 2, so you will get 2 over square root 4x plus 1. Alright, so this is du dx. How about the dv dx? Let's see. dv dx, you will get 1 over 2 3x squared minus 7 negative half, right? 1 over 2 minus 1, and 6x 2 times 3. Don't forget to differentiate in the bracket. So the dv dx you get will be 3x right? 3x on top, and square root 3x squared minus 7. Okay, this is how you convert to third. So now we are going to multiply. We'll take u. We'll take okay. We'll use a formula. Okay, it's actually v times du dx. Now let's see where is our v. Our v is square root 3x squared minus 7. So dy dx is square root 3x squared minus 7 v times the du dx. Du dx we get 2 over square root 4x plus 1, right? Okay, then we have the u, which is square root 4x plus 1. Okay, 4x plus 1, and we will time with the dv dx, which is very complicated. Okay, 3x squared minus 7 over, we're going to over the v square, which is square root 3x squared minus 7, and then square, right? So now we will try to simplify. So dy dx is equal to 2. Okay, so we write in fraction first, 3x squared minus 7 over square root 4x plus 1 minus 3x square root 4x plus 1 over square root 3x squared minus 7, and we will have to divide by the 3x squared minus 7. The square and square root cancel out. Okay, let's do it carefully now. So dy dx now become, okay, so we will make the denominator the same. Okay, let's write properly. Square root 4x plus 1 minus, so this is 3x square root 4x plus 1 over square root 3x squared minus 7. Okay, we're going to divide with this one. Okay, divide by 3x squared minus 7. Alright, so this is how we do. Okay, so now we will make the denominator the same, right? Okay, so let's multiply by this one. We multiply by 3x squared minus 7. 3x squared minus 7. This one we will multiply by 4x squared plus 1. 4x squared plus 1. Okay, so then we have dy dx equal to, okay, the denominator are the same, which is square root 4x squared plus 1 times 3x squared minus 7. So we can just write once because the square root times the square root, 3x 4x squared plus 1 because of the third and third, right? Okay, so now looks like a little bit simpler. So now because you divide, so you have to inverse, become 3x squared minus 7. Got it? So now we will have to focus to the numerator, right? So you have 12x. We have okay, where is it? Let's double check. Is there a mistake or not? Okay, so we have 3x. This is 4x plus 1. Okay, looks okay. We have 4x plus 1 only, no square, right? Double check. Okay, let's write again. Square root 4x plus 1. Right, so looks okay. Okay, everything looks okay, right? So now we have 12x squared minus 3x. Okay, so the denominator we have square root 4x plus 1, and 3x squared minus 7 is half and 1, right? This is 1, right? So this is 1. This is 1, so it's 1 and a half, so it's 3 over 2, right? This is 3 over 2. So finally, let's see, we have the simplest answer like this: negative 6x squared minus 3x minus 14 over 4x plus 1 square root and 3x squared minus 7 power 3 with the square root. Alright, so it looks like very complicated, right? So to make it much more simpler, we factorize. We factorize the negative. So let's write down negative properly. So negative 6x squared plus 3x plus 14. You want to put bracket? Can. Okay, so finally the best answer is this answer: 3x squared minus 7 to the power of 3. Got it? This is the best answer ever for this question, which involves concept of surd. Okay, I really hope that my sharing do help you to clear your confusion for the skills of differentiation involving quotient rule. So that's all my sharing for today. Bye bye and have a nice day.